Hello everybody, this is GeneralJannis, and this is a short video on Death Card Tactics, a breaking news type of reveal with new rules and definitions that the Games Workshop has revealed about core units. So let's have a look on this quite big update, or as they call it, innovation for the game. So, Games Workshop has announced that a new unit keyword and definition is on its way, and it will be the core unit. And in the Warhammer community, they are talking about that the core units will be the typical, or let's say the backbone units of an army, and they will get the core keyword in their datasheet. Typically, it would be troops and infantry, but not only troops, so it will also include some elites, fast attacks, and even some vehicles where applicable. At least this is what the release says. The examples given by Games Workshop for the Space Marine Army would be then the troops, the intercessors, but also terminators and bike squads. And it will not have the core will not be applied to characters. At least this is from what I can read. So what will be the effect of having the core keyword? So this is quite significant. So the effect of being a core unit will be quite significant according to the revealing. Many of the most powerful auras and abilities will only be affecting core units from going forward when the new codexes are being released. So in the examples that the Game Workshops is giving, the Space Marine Captain, the aura to give reroll once to hit will only work on core units. Also, additionally, the Space Marine Lieutenant, who has a similar aura rerolling once to wound, it will also only work on core units. So and they are not able to boost themselves. So in this example, for example, we have a Space Marine Captain, a Space Marine Lieutenant, a tank, a vehicle here, and an intercessor. So in this example, only the intercessor will be able to benefit from the Captain and the Lieutenant, and no others are benefiting either from their own aura or the other character's aura. So what implications could it have for the game and Death Card in particular? The news are quite fresh, let's say. So these are only some initial thoughts. So I think the new rules for this core will have some extensive changes to the game for all factions. So no longer, for example, possible to boost reroll for the characters, artillery, etc. Of course, it will also be interesting to see how many more abilities or similar type of abilities will only be able to work on core units. If we look at the Death Card unit, the Death Card army, some initial thoughts of which units could become core. Of course, the troops should be a core unit like Plague Marines, Poxwalkers, and Chaos Cultists. In the elites, like the example for the Space Marines, including Terminator squads, I believe the Blightlord Terminators will also be a core unit. The question is if, for example, the Death Shroud Terminators will be a core unit or they are considered a bit more elite, and maybe Hellbrutes or some other elite unit. For fast attack, it's a bit, I'm not so sure. Maybe Furtive Blow Drones could be considered core unit, or Mephitic Blight Holders, potentially none of those, but it would be beneficial if some fast attack unit could have the core unit like the bikes in the Space Marine army. Regarding heavy support and the tanks and vehicles, probably none will have the core unit, and transports also probably not. And of course, we expect no character to be a core unit. If some initial thoughts of which Death Card auras and abilities can be affected by this, for example, only apply on core units. The reroll one to hit aura for Death Card units like the Demon Prince and the Chaos Lord and the upgraded Lord of Contagion and Typhus most definitely will only work on core, like the Space Marine Captain. The big question is the Arch Contaminator Warlord trait. which is very like I think all Death Card armies take this warlord trait in one form or the other. Hopefully this will not be affected, but it could be. Then it will be a very big change for Death Card. But hopefully, let's cross our fingers, it will not, because maybe it's helping the weapon itself. I don't know. We have the Noxious Blightbringer. He has the aura that that Death Card units can hit two dice to advance. Probably that's not a very major ability, so maybe it will work on all units, but still remain to be seen. The Plague Surgeon has a reroll for the Discussing Resilient aura. Probably yes, because it's already only working on infantry, so maybe they will just say it only works on the units and not the character, but it could also just work for all infantry. Lord of Contagions and Typhus, they have the aura that gives mortal wounds for enemy units close to their in melee combat with nearby Death Card units. This probably also, I don't expect this will change, that only core can be a bit radioactive or, or plaguey to give mortal wounds. And then there are a lot of relics having some auras and abilities. I hope this is a bit difficult to guess if this will be affected. Some thoughts as well was, now with a reroll once to hit, most probably not applicable to Plagueburst Crawlers, might we see the newly announced Lord of Virulence having some dedicated reroll for Demon Engines? That could be quite good, instead of like a generic reroll once to hit. And the Plague Weapon, the natural reroll of once to wound, I expect this should not be affected, as this is not an aura. But for Plague Weapons, I guess the million-dollar question is what will happen with the Arch Contaminator ability. Some final thoughts and summary from this quick update. So the upcoming changes to the game, introducing core units and limiting powerful abilities only to the core units, will have, I think, a rather big impact, at least in when we create our army and the tabletop strategies. For example, maybe no longer beneficial to keep a character back to boost vehicles and artillery damage. The character's damage output will be reduced in general, as they cannot boost themselves and receive boosts, or at least the main rerolls and some of those significant boosts, and less synergy combos, like having multiple characters giving each other some nice boosts. This will only probably work for this will only probably work for core units. And then the question is, how worth it is it to have, maybe we will see less characters and more core units on the tables. But again, this is very early, so still it remains to see in more detail all the units and abilities affected for the first codexes to be released. So I guess when we have more update on how it will look, for example, for Space Marines and the Necrons, we can do some more educated guesses for the Death Card. So with this final thoughts, this concludes this video. So what do you think about these core units? Are you excited, or are you a bit upset now that you have your army list and maybe you have to to redefine it? Please leave a comment and let's have some discussion. If you like the video, please press like or subscribe to the channel, where I'll be bringing more news and Death Card tactics. With these words, General Jannis is signing out, and stay safe out there, and bye bye.